Morning from the bus stop again. We're on the 6:49 into town. We can get the 7:31 Newcastle to Newcastle, then down the coast to Sunderland, and hopefully we're going to walk from Sunderland along the coast to South Shields today. Weather forecast is for very fine but cold. High of only about 15 degrees Celsius, that's 58, 59 Fahrenheit. Looking forward to it, and I'll talk to you later. Well, morning from Donny Station. We've got our Greggs, and we're going to go inside, get on the 7:31 Newcastle hopefully. First class up to Newcastle. I'll give you the prices in a bit, and then on to Sunderland, and then hopefully walk down to South Shields. Well, there you see the prices from Doncaster to Sunderland. Single one way, and double it for the return. Train just rolling into platform 3, comes off the sidings at Doncaster Car Loco, and it starts from Doncaster, 7:31 Doncaster Newcastle. We'll be at the back of the train in first class. It's a 2 5-car Azuma set. It's normally a single 5-car. Whether it's different for the Monday morning, I don't know. Morning from on the train. Sat in first class, 7:31 Doncaster Newcastle. They've just announced there's no catering facilities, so I'm glad I got my Greggs cob and cup of tea. Cheers. There. That's it. There we go. We're on time approaching York. That's Holgate sidings on the left hand side there as we come in from the south. Stabled with wagons and different bits and bobs. There you see the one of the new measurement trains run by Colas on behalf of Network Rail, also known as the Flying Banana. That measures different things on the infrastructure such as track, geophysical movement, and has forward-facing cameras and looks at the infrastructure in general and reports faults for maintenance and purposes for rectification work and engineering. Holgate Bridge and Holgate Junction. Line going off to the left there is the York Avoider, goes via the yards. We drop into the station, the big building there, the Network Rail building on the left. That's what's known as the ROC, the Railway Operations Control, Railway Operating Centre, however you want to call it. That is where the control is based for the East Coast Main Line and the Eastern, and that looks after King's Cross all the way through to Berwick and a lot of the subsidiary routes and Trans-Pennine routes over halfway to Manchester. We're into platform 10 at York. We sat here for a little while, and they did manage to get us some catering on board, so we did have a cup of tea after we left York. Oh, hats off to the catering crew. They were straight round before we'd even left York. Got a cup of tea and a biscuit and a bottle of water there. Now we're just departing York, and there on the left hand side as we depart you can see the front of the train going round, and that's the National Railway Museum. They've got their viewing balcony, the big train shed, and the roundhouse with a turntable in where they put all the exhibits around it and normally one on it. You see their local resident shunter, which I think from memory was 09017. Very little stored outside nowadays. There's another little shunt engine, I'm not sure what that is. I did get the number, but I think it was D0260 or something. We see an old VGA or VAA rail freight air brake van, and then we've got the Transpennine Siemens depot as we head north round towards Skelton Junction. As we skirt round towards Skelton, you see the remnants of York Yards, all now a lot of it being redeveloped for housing. There's still the Network Rail depot over the far side where they maintain things like the water jetting, weed killing trains, and here we have a bit of a stabling point where tamping machines and other yellow on-track plants stable. A couple of charter operators do stable and service steam down there as well. I did put the speedo on, but as you can see we come to a stand now at Skelton Junction. I'll put the speedo back on shortly. We've just come away from a signal check at Skelton Junction there. Now heading north over Skelton Junction towards Skelton Bridge. Ignore the announcements. The computer said no and had a wobbler. We actually just left York, but we don't terminate York, we terminate Newcastle.
Please make sure you take all your personal belongings with you.
See, the acceleration on these things is absolutely tremendous. The speed they get up to so quickly, I find is probably their best feature. And it certainly isn't the ride on the damn things, but acceleration wise, probably one of the fastest accelerating trains I've ever been on in my life. Absolutely flying up. There you see approaching 70 miles an hour already, accelerating all the way onto the down fast where the line speed will be 125. GPS from within the train. chance. But yeah, under 8 minutes to get to 25. Well under 8 minutes that is. And flying along the East Coast main line now. Go 125.
And on the approach to Darlington. Darlington Station, next calling point in a few minutes' time.
Approaching Darlington from the south. Of course, this is where it all started for the railways 200 years ago this year in 1825. 200 years anniversary this year, celebration of the railways. There are various events going across the UK, the Rail 200, a lot of it sponsored by Network Rail. As you can see, coach is still pretty empty. I'm not sure why these trains run at all. Not many people on it at all throughout the train. Rolling towards Newcastle on the Gateshead side of the river, just coming up to King Edward VII Bridge, which is a 3-track bridge over the river, built some time ago and opened by King Edward VII. Blue bridge there you see in the distance is the bridge for the Tyne and Wear Metro. That's the newest of all the bridges going over the Tyne. And as we get going, you'll see the bridges going in the distance, and the other railway bridge, which is known as the High Level Bridge, way over in the distance there. Going over the Tyne now into Newcastle Central. There's the Metro Bridge in the distance, the one with the big arch on the top. That's the High Level Bridge. Got the rail on the top level, and the road runs underneath it on the bottom level. Hence why it's called the High Level Bridge for the railway. All been redeveloped around here in the last 20-25 years. Really smart waterfront now, and hotels and casinos and all manner of things to do. Coming in, going around the corner, you'll see the to the train there as we bend round to the right, and the train shed. It's lovely big arch roofs come into view. There we go. Just dropping in on our 10-car Azuma. You can just see where the two cabs are together there as we go around the corner into Central Station. I was lucky the train stopped virtually right outside the first class lounge at Newcastle, so we'll pop in for a latte, a bag of crisps and a biscuit before we catch the local down to Sunderland. We've got about 20 minutes here, so cup of coffee, biscuit. It was busy in there this morning, a lot of people travelling. On the screen there you can see the details of today's walk that I did from the Strava app. Just over 10 mile, 3.5 hours walking time. Lovely walk along the coast into South Shields. We finished with an ice cream and a walk around the park and then down to the metro to catch the train back into Newcastle for travelling home back via York. Just looking at St Peter's Church in Monk Wearmouth. It's part of the Monk Wearmouth Jarrow Abbey. The first church here was founded in 674 AD and was built up over the number of years. One famous scholar from the Monk Wearmouth Jarrow Abbey was the Venerable Bede, also known as the father of British history. Take a quick look. This is Sunderland Marina, developed in 1996 and onwards. We've got nice apartment flats and houses, and then we look over to the south side of the river estuary there, and we've got Sunderland docks. Go right, we go inland upriver, and to the left out towards the North Sea. It's the entrance to Sunderland Harbour, looking down on the beach. It's warmer than it said it was going to be. It said it was only going to be a high of 15 today, but it feels a bit warmer than that, although I'm about 2 miles into the walk already. Not a cloud in the sky hardly again. Bit of haze on the horizon. What do they call it? Sea fret. There you go. Bit of sea fret. And then you've got this.
The dog just discovered this water.
We're probably another 3/4 of a mile up the coast now. See the harbour wall there in the distance disappearing away from us. Lovely big open golden beaches, nice breeze, and we're heading north to Seaburn, and that's a place called the Stack. That's looking back south towards the harbour in the distance. That's where we've come from, around there and across the top past that lighthouse. Just coming to the edge of Seaburn now, north end of Seaburn, and then we scoot around down that path down the side and then round the coast, round that headland, and then on towards South Shields. No idea how far I've got to go, probably about another 7 mile, something like that. Probably another 3 hours. It's now coming up on 25 past 11. So probably get in South Shields for 2:30, somewhere around there. Hopefully stop for a bit of lunch in a bit and some water. Hopefully I'll find a tea shack where I get a cup of tea in about an hour's time as well. That would just be nice. Okay, I'll catch you later. We're at the top end of Seaburn. Decided to get the drone up. It's a bit bumpy, a bit choppy. As I said previously, it's only a lightweight thing and I'm still getting used to it. See me down there just on controlling the drone. Splendid view to the north, some lovely houses along here. Very, very nice place to live. Looking north, yeah, look at some of them beautiful houses, really, really nice. And that's the main coastal road, looking inland towards the west. And we scoot round towards the south, looking back over Sunderland in the distance. And you can just see the harbour wall there, way out. Yeah, a little bit bumpy, but yeah, get the gist. It was just for a nice view. Get moored on the horizon, presume he's waiting a berth into the docks at Sunderland. You see the tide's well out and we're back round looking to the north. Just going up round the headland now, you can see them blocks of flats in the distance and the end of the harbour. That's where we've come from. That boat still moored out there. Tide's out, I think high tide. It's about now, I think. Sorry, low tide's about now. But another lovely, lovely day. A lot cooler. No flies. No flies. Nice breeze off the sea. About 15 degrees. But with a yomp on, it's enough to want you to take your jumper off, so we're going pretty good. Not sure how far we've got to go yet to South Shields, probably about another 4 miles, something like that. But making good progress. The track's nice and easy, it's all flat. So a nice, steady, easy walk. Just come around the headland, there's the harbour in the distance. Looking out to sea, nice and calm. This is a restricted area for shorebird nesting. There's a sign up over there. You can't get down on that beach, it's all fenced off. Which quite right too. Windmill off in the distance, I'm not sure if you can see that. I did zoom in, but zoom out and have a spin around. That's looking south. Just come along that pathway there. Some stacks. Some more here. You see birds nesting on the top. See if we can have a zoom in. There we go. Sea's lovely and clear, crystal clear. You can see down there. Some more on the cliffs there. I think that's Suter Lighthouse. See the big foghorns on the front there. Not sure if it's still operational. If it is, it'll be automatic. Although all the inside the actual light dome at the top, it looks all like there's curtains or blinds or something around it, all shut up. Now we'll get the drone up and have a little look round. Now we've got the drone up, Suter Lighthouse. Suter Lighthouse, located just north of Whitburn. Originally known as Suter Point Lighthouse when in service. It's now not in service, which I've found out. It was the world's first lighthouse to be designed and built specifically for AC current. It was the most advanced lighthouse technology of its day, and at the time it was described as one of the most powerful lights in the world. It's now decommissioned. And it's owned and managed by the National Trust, and you can actually stop there in the cottages at the back in the holiday lets. Apologies for the wibbly wobblies, but it was a bit windy, but you get a nice view of the lighthouse there, looking north towards a place called the Lees, which we'll come across in a bit, and South Shields there in the distance. This is a place called the Lees. It was originally lime kilns back in its day. There was a railway line that came up from South Shields, and it was locally known as the Rattler. We'll have more on the Rattler a bit later on. There is a bar in South Shields itself called the Rattler, and I'll leave that there, and you can pause that if you want to have a read and zoom in on it. Just dropping down now into South Shields. I'm not sure what the castle is over the other side of the Tyne estuary there. I'll have to have a look at that and let you know. Never been over there. That's North Shields over the other side. This is South Shields. Sea's getting a bit choppier. Wind's picking up a little bit, but not too bad. Feel a bit of the warmth on the sun, but it's still pretty cool and fresh. Really good walking weather. Really good. Anyway, we've got about probably a mile to go. Hopefully we can find a nice ice cream to finish off with. We walked it down onto the front now in South Shields. The place you're looking at is a bar restaurant called The Rattler, named after the local train that used to go to the line things. They have actually got 3 British Rail Mark 1 coaches in there, as you can see. There's one for a kitchen, and the other 2 have dining facilities in, whereby I'm sure you can have a nice meal. Stunning ice cream in South Shields. Weather's gorgeous. We're over the road from the seafront in one of the 2 Victorian parks. This is the Lakeside Railway. It's 9.5 inch gauge, real steam, coal-fired. Model of a Santa Fe. I think it's a 284 or something like that. Lovely model. Nice track that goes around the lake. It's been going for quite a number of years according to the website, and we'll have a bit more footage of it in a bit. There we see the train pulling out of the little station there, going around the lake. Lovely park this, nice lake, lots of water birds, geese, swans, ducks. Beautiful day still, weather's nice. We're virtually at the end of the walk. We've just got to walk into town now and get the metro, but we'll watch this little old train have a quick zip round the lake, and then we'll carry on walking in a bit. I made it into town. We're now on the metro, ready to go back into Newcastle Central. £4.50 the fare for a single ticket. I've just gone on the train now. It's quite busy. In first class. We only stop at Darlington, then York. Just leaving Newcastle heading over King Edward Bridge on the southbound return leg. Got a change at York, and then on home to Doncaster.
Good evening and welcome aboard the 1659 LNR service London King's Cross, calling at Darlington, York and London King's Cross. I will be making my way to the train, so if anyone does have any questions then please don't hesitate to ask. A ticket inspection will be in place, so make sure all tickets and rail cards are ready for inspection. Catering facilities are available. The buffet bar is located in coach G for golf. It's car payment only and we're not accepting any cash at the moment. And for first class passengers, it's not a seat service from a colleague will be coming through. CCTV is in operation throughout the train for your safety. If you see something that doesn't look right, then please don't hesitate to speak to a member of the off-board team or text the transport police on 61016. Sorry, York, can I please ask that you do remember your personal belongings and mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. Next station stop for the service will be York.
Run into York, platform 5, there's my train forward in platform 6. Nearly an integrated transport system. Get off this, plus 10 minutes, and we're straight on to the stopper for London. Stops the next stop Doncaster, and then Retford, Newark, Grantham, Peterborough, Stevenage and Ross. This is how connections should be in the UK, just like Switzerland. 5 minutes should be ample time to connect on a train, especially if they're planned platform to platform just like this. I'll go back in my basket now and stop complaining. There we are, all settled in on the 1802 back to Doncaster from York. There's the train we just got off, which is now next stop London King's Cross. He'll be on his way shortly and then we should follow it out there after that. Great when connections work like this, it really is. It makes it a really easy life. Connect in and out, people get to London faster on that train, and people for intermediate stations are just over the platform onto this train and on their way to the intermediate station of their choice. Train we just got off, just leaving York. We'll follow it very shortly. This connection with the really well. That's us just leaving York. Just going to go over Holgate Junction, under Holgate Bridge, past Holgate Yard. We've got the York sign that we'll pass, and then I'll stop the video there. Seen this 1,000 times.
Good evening and welcome to passengers joining us for this 1802 LNR Super train service through to London King's Cross. This service will call at Doncaster, Retford, Newark Northgate, Grantham, Peterborough, Stevenage, and aiming to terminate to London King's Cross at 2022. My name is Scott, I'm your train manager on board this service this evening. CCTV is in operation for your safety and security. If you see anything that doesn't look right, please talk to a member of the onboard team. Alternatively, please text the British Transport on 71016. Our next station calling point today will be Doncaster. For all passengers travelling on board this service, please have all tickets available for inspection.
I think we are just arriving into Donny Platform 1. It's the end of our trip today. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. It helps the channel. If you want to grow this channel and make it good, if you've got any suggestions for content, leave a comment. Doncaster Platform 1, where we alight. Thanks for watching.
The train at platform 8 is the 1826 Northern service to Scarborough via Hull. Calling at Thorn North, Goole, Brough, Hull, Cottingham, Beverley, Driffield, Bridlington, Bempton, Hunmanby, Filey, Seamer and Scarborough. This train has 2 coaches. Platform 8 from the 1826 Northern service to Scarborough via Hull.
Penalty fares apply on this service.